All right, my awesome people, my beautiful people from all over, wherever you are, welcome to the African Streamline. I am Atamba Heti, and it's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day that God has given us, okay? So we are breathing, we are healthy, and we are alive because God has granted us safety, okay? And therefore, the only person to thank here, the only one, the Almighty, the greatest to thank here, it is the Almighty God. Okay, not Europeans. Now, thank you for tuning in and thank you for being here. For the returning subscribers, I love you people so much. For those who it's first time to be here, that subscription button, just press it and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna love it. You are my greatest people and I love you so much and I pray for you every day. Now, the love of Ibrahim Traoré. That's what I'm gonna talk about today. Yeah, and I've seen videos where Jamaicans, people from the Caribbean have been demonstrating because of this issue that happened when they wanted to plot a coup. They tried to plot a coup against Ibrahim Traoré. And I've said, I think I've seen black Americans demonstrating, black people in diaspora. I've seen them demonstrating. And I've seen Africans demonstrating all over Africa. I saw it in Kenya. I saw it in Burkina Faso itself. I saw it in Ghana. I've seen it in many countries in Africa. People have been demonstrating, and all over the social media, people are complaining, and people want nobody to try and touch Ibrahim Traoré. Okay, and that shows how much Ibrahim Traoré is loved. Now, I want us to look into some of the reasons as to why people are really in love with President Ibrahim Traoré, and people will always, black people will always demonstrate, and they will always do everything to back Ibrahim Traoré up. Okay, I want us to look into those reasons. These several reasons. There are several reasons why people are doing this, because people cannot just wake up one day and they begin loving you that much. Whenever people try to touch you or to interfere with your matters, they get very angry and they throw themselves on the road saying you should not be touched. Okay, but before we get into these reasons, I want you to watch these videos where different people have been demonstrating and different people have been reacting on the issues that happened back then. Take a look.
So we're live. So we're here. U.S. Embassy. Right in Jamaica. Every Rasta there. And we are sending a message to America. Enough is enough. We don't not touch Ibrahim Traoré. We don't not touch him. We don't use Obama. And we don't bomb up it. We don't bomb up down so and take the Gaddafi from it. We don't not touch Ibrahim Traoré. And enough more people want to touch the way. Donald Trump and you, Mr. Langley, or where you want to name the captain. You need to understand, so the spirit of the ancestors are here. And a long time black people are hold back. No, we not hold back. If you touch Ibrahim, you touch Jamaicans. You touch real Africans in Jamaica. And every American in Jamaica needs to be careful if we don't touch him. Are we serious? We're dead serious.
Very serious.
We're very serious.
Very, very serious.
Well, and I'm not talking to you.
No, I'm the king that.
Yeah. Yeah. See there, boy. See there. See there. Ibrahim Traoré.
Not left it. Just for the Rastas.
Yes.
Pioneer the forefront of this. This concerns all Africans. Any destruction plan for the destruction of Africa concerns all of us.
Yes.
And we are set. Church pastors, we are asking Sunday morning,
Yes.
Sabbath, return to sender. Return to sender. Any destruction of plan. You decide of only to be concerned about myself, but the upliftment and liberation of all Africans.
Yeah.
And anything of plan, negative, just a return to sender.
Return to sender. We don't send CIA agents and all kind of people to destabilize people's economy. We're sick and tired of UNO, America and France and Europe. We don't go
red, white, and blue.
Revolution.
Got nothing to do with you.
Revolution.
No red, white, and blue.
No red, white, and no blue.
Red, green, gold, and green.
Oh, you mean?
Remember me tell you. It's either you do or you die. Right, Marcus Garvey said. Hands off our man. This is somebody who is moving the continent of Africa forward. And
yes, I'm here. I'm standing with Burkina Faso, brother Traoré, because the time is now. New movement is starting.
I'm supporting Ibrahim Traoré.
fight. Yeah, Burkina Faso. Yeah.
To make sure that the assassination of Captain Traoré doesn't happen like it did to Sankara, Gaddafi.
Here to represent a man like Ibrahim Traoré, see?
Ibrahim Traoré is my president. I love him.
Solidarity now has changed.
There's a man standing up for Africa. So if he can stand, we must stand.
I am here to support Abraham Traoré from Burkina Faso.
I'm supporting Abraham Traoré. And we African, we've been suffering for too long.
In support of Burkina Faso, you know, Sahel state.
Here in support of not just Ibrahim Traoré, but the people of Burkina Faso, the people of the Sahel state and African people.
This shows support for Ibrahim Traoré. Yeah, what he's achieved in so little time.
Artist Mr. Traoré Green, I want to look on this here, look on this picture of Ibrahim Traoré. We have to really
support this movement, to support this leader.
I am standing, as we're all standing today, for Africa and for our beautiful, beautiful, brave captain.
And I came here to support my Burkinabe brothers.
It's all about the struggle. We've been waiting a long time, many years, for someone like this brother to come along.
And I follow the movement of Muammar Gaddafi. And I say Africans are for Africa.
And strong, let them know no more, they're not killing any more of our leaders.
Okay, we're here today at the White House. We're standing in solidarity with Burkina Faso. It is time for the liberation of Africa. Our people in Africa, they are suffering. The imperialists have taken over. And no more. We say no more. We stand to support President Ibrahim Traoré. We stand to support all of Africa. The French, the US, no more imperialism. You cannot continue to extract our gold, our minerals, and leave our country impoverished. We say no more. So now we say we're withdrawing all of Africa, the whole world at this time. We're going to the French embassy next. And we're going to make our proclamation that is now we free Africa. Everyone else is free. The entire world is free but Africa. We are the richest continent. We can continue to be the poorest. So yes, President Trump, I voted for you. But now I'm voting for Africa. Leave Africa alone. Leave President Traoré alone. Leave Burkina Faso alone. We are going to develop our country and our continent. Now is the time for us. And we said no to imperialism, no to France. Macron, we said no to you. We said no to President Trump. You are not killed President Traoré. We stand with President Traoré. We stand with all of Africa.
Hands
Viva
off
Africa.
President Traoré.
Viva Africa.
Hands off President Ibrahim Traoré.
Yeah, now we're going to the French embassy and we're going to make our proclamation there as well. No more to imperialism. No more.
Guys, it's Dr. Ava Eaglebrown and I'm in the salon in Jamaica. Absolutely. I just thought I'd get a moment to do this. Let me tell you something. Ibrahim Traoré, oh my God. Are you not a genius? You are the Messiah that the black people have been waiting for such a long time. As somebody who lived between Jamaica and the UK and understand what we have to go through as black people, I salute you, my brother. I salute you, salute you. Let me say this, Ibrahim Traoré. You are protected by the high most God. Black people around the globe are uniting. I've never seen this kind of unification that Bob Marley speaks about or spoke about, depending on how you want to take it. He says, until the philosophy that holds one race superior and another inferior, we're going to have war. You are the uprising. There's an Africa uprising that Malcolm X spoke about. Abraham Traoré, we love you, we support you. Let me tell you something. The people of Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, we love, we support you. We are here, we are cheering you on. They cannot touch you. And if they even touch you, they kill Sankara, they will not touch you. You are protected, my brother. So from the studios, here studios of Jamaica, this is Dr. Ava Eagle Brown saying, Abraham Traoré, you make me want to come to Burkina Faso. Abraham, I wish Abraham, sorry, not Abraham, but Abraham, sorry, I'm Muslim. I wish more black leaders, especially on the continent of Africa, join forces with you. And I wish all of us who are on other lands, far and wide, who have been strayed and taken away from our land, find our way back home. Abraham Traoré, I am saluting you, my brother. Salute to the general, to the most powerful leader on this planet. You, Abraham Traoré, I salute you. Peace out.
If you're gonna talk about fine shit, this is the only fine shit I want to hear you talk about. This is Ibrahim Traoré. He's a president of the transition of Burkina Faso. The president of the transition of Burkina Faso. I've never heard that title before. President of the transition? I don't know. Does that mean something else? But when I saw that, I was like, oh, he's the president of transforming this country, of improving this country, and of course, Africa. This man is in the process of, and is carrying the entire continent of Africa on his back. He's going to the oppressors and the colonizers and saying, we don't want your fake help. We don't want your fake help. We're okay. And this wouldn't be fine shit. As a Jamaican, I am so proud of this man. I'm so happy to see a man like this in my time, in my generation, right now. And honestly, I live in America as well. And I know that Black Americans and Black people in America right now in a resting phase. And it just come to me. I was like, the reason why we don't have any energy for the American fight, for the fight for America, is because it's not our fight. Our fight belongs in Africa. Our fight belongs for Africa. No, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm not that type. But speaking for me, this is what I care about. I care about this most. And I'm from Jamaica. Don't get me wrong. I love Jamaica. I love my culture. I love my people. I'm very proud to be Jamaican. But if I'm going to give any energy and effort for a piece of land, it's going to be the land and the continent of Africa. Because the very Rasta man will say Jamaica is capture land and Africa is the motherland. Because we cannot be good no matter where we are in this world. We won't get the respect that we want and deserve. We won't be seen as valuable as we should be seen if Africa is not where it should be. You get me, I say? And this is the beginning of it. And the way how this man is divinely guided and protected, this man is covered. 18 assassination attempts, and he's been president since 2022. 2-3 years, 18 assassination attempts. Why? Because he's not allowing them to put them hand in his country anymore. He's not allowing them to rape them anymore. Him saying, no, we don't need your fake help. Move and go. Worry about your country. I'm worrying about my country. Relax, we got it. We literally have the resources that you keep taking, so we'll be fine. We have it. The resources you use to build your country and make your country powerful, it's ours. So what we need your help for? Why are you here? Why are you here? I'm with it. This man now have free education in his country. Let me tell you, I'm getting ready to go to Africa. I don't know when, I don't know where, But this is what it is. This is what it is. Fine shit. Yeah. Black people, clock in. This is what it is. Clock in. Hey, Ibrahim.
There's an African revolution, an African awakening going on worldwide. It's even bringing so many to tears. Me, my own, I've come to tears about the awakening and also the suffering that many people go through. I've come to tears many times, and even recently on lives, I've become quite tearful as people tell their stories about their suffering, especially on the continent. I want to highlight some few things. When it comes to this awakening, when it comes to this revolution, when it comes to us setting a new paradigm and a new civilization, we have to make sure that what we're searching for and what we're trying to do lines up with justice. In ancient Egypt, it was called Mahat, justice, order. And that means what was dealt to us, we have to make sure that we don't deal it to others. Otherwise, we just replace the monster. There's a saying that goes, you know, when you're fighting the monster, you have to make sure that you don't become the monster. So in our fight for justice and harmony and order, and for us to really have our way in this planet, we have to make sure that we don't become the monster. Yeah? So I don't agree with this idea that because some time ago, or still currently now, some people of who lean towards the Western civilization and the way that things have gone on, you know, from this Western orientated civilization and view of looking at the world, they've looked at African people as primitive, looked at African people as unevolved. Now we shouldn't now turn around and say, oh, they're primitive and they're this and they're that. That's not necessary. Truly, if we were not equal, people of European descent won't be able to procreate with people of African descent and vice versa. Yeah, so we are the same. Our differences are superficial. Yeah, this is what's gonna make our civilization and what we build viable and true, and it's gonna work in harmony with, you know, with the earth and nature, and then we'll be perfect like the way God is perfect. Number 2, we shouldn't go around claiming other civilizations and other things. For me and from my studies, and we can all agree that ancient Egypt was an African civilization created by tropically adapted Africans. That's as far as we go. All the others, it could be speculations, but with this one, this is the one that we should claim. Yeah, ancient Egypt, because it's rightfully ours, it's our birthright, and it's what's gonna it is what we're really trying to model this new civilization after, this new paradigm after, which is also including the spirit and body. Yeah, because this civilization, particularly the Western model, ignores spirituality. Number 3, I've heard it said that, well, Malcolm X was a Muslim, and even now some people like to say Ibrahim Traoré is a Muslim. But to me, when I observe Malcolm X and I observe the most powerful revolutionaries, they tend to eventually, with Malcolm X especially, let me just stick on Malcolm X. Malcolm X started changing right before he died. He went to Africa, he saw the pyramids, and he began to change. He changed his stance on Europeans. If you study it, yeah, his stance on Europeans, he started saying, you know, he started saying, oh, you know, they can do what they can, you know, to bring the harmony. And he was saying that the matter of what was going on in America was a humanitarian issue. And not long after that, they unalived him. Martin Luther King, they also unalived him because Martin Luther King was able to bring both African people and European people together. And then the most famous one of them all, the one that they didn't really want, the one that they really used as an example, was Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton was able to unite both African people and European people because, you know, and they unalived him, yeah? They unalived him to set an example. In fact, the quote went out that they can't allow a black messiah to rise unless they create him. So it is really important for us to stick to this thing in a humanitarian way. It is so important because it is a humanitarian issue. You know, one part of the world slaves away for another part of the world to exist, and aside from that, it's being controlled by just 1%. Yeah, it is important to realize that the elites in Africa and the elites in Europe are our enemies, and the elites in Europe are the enemies of the masses of Europe, including both what you call quote unquote white people and quote, and then black people. Yeah, we're fighting the same thing. So once we see that we're fighting the same thing, whether you're black or white, that's when this thing will really shake up. Do you see what I mean? Because the majority of Europeans, the masses, they just want to get on with their lives. Do you see what I mean? But it's the elites and those who know that they carry this nonsense through, and they spill the poison. It's the same thing on the African continent. Yeah, the elites don't care about the masses. They are our real enemies. That 1% in Africa, in Europe, and obviously around the world. So yeah, I've spoken a bit here, but I want people to see, some things that, I think is valuable to behold. So anyway, look after yourself and take care.
Thank you so much. Now, welcome back again. I want us to look into some of the reasons, because you've seen people are angry out here, and people are angry because there are people who are trying to actually interfere with the government of Burkina Faso that is being led by Ibrahim Traoré. People said we were quiet when Muammar Gaddafi was being taken out. A lot of people have been taken out and we were quiet. But this time around, we're not going to be quiet. We are going to speak, because we let Muammar Gaddafi die because of what happened, and we're not going to let Ibrahim Traoré die, not at our look. We are going to wake up, we're going to speak, we're going to demonstrate, we're going to complain, we're going to make noise until people leave Ibrahim Traoré alone. Now, what are the reasons to why Ibrahim Traoré is loved this much? Number one, we have Pan-African leadership and sovereignty. Ibrahim Traoré is loved so much because of Pan-African leadership and sovereignty that he has shown to the people. Now, Traoré is viewed as a symbol of resistance against Western colonial legacies. He has emphasized the importance of reclaiming African culture, traditions, and values which were undermined during colonization. His administration has promoted the use of national languages and established the National Council of Communities to foster unity and culture and pride. Now, this is very important. Number one, Pan-Africanism is someone who actually understands what Africa needs, okay? And he is enhancing and raising the things and matters and issues that will raise the pride of Africa, will bring Africa into the picture, okay? Now, Ibrahim Traoré, he has emphasized the importance of reclaiming African culture, because African culture was taken away, and everybody knows that African culture was taken away. The culture we used to have in Africa, when the Europeans came to Africa, they took our culture away. What is Ibrahim trying to do? He's trying to reclaim back our culture. He wants Africans to come back and live like Africans once again, to come back and live how they're supposed to live once again. Okay, that is why you find out that in Burkina Faso, there are many things he's abolishing. Okay, we've seen him abolishing a lot of things, and he is abolishing these things because he does not want people to continue living the life of the European in his country. He wants his countrymen, is called the country of upright men. He wants the upright men to live like Africans, to do everything an African way, like what Kenyan Beast says every day, that we are doing things an African way as always. So that is what he wants, okay? And traditions. He also wants to reclaim African traditions and values of Africans, okay? You see, I think Africans used to have a better and a good value before the Europeans come. Even when it comes to matters concerning good manners, respect, obedience, and all that. Yeah, I've seen many white people disrespect and disobey people. Okay, but I've seen black people. They have that. Even African Americans in the United States of America, they have it, that charisma of obeying and respecting. If you come to Africa, there are things Africans never used to do, but right now they are doing them. Why are they doing them? They're doing them because that culture of the white people, of the Europeans, when they came to Africa, they influenced us with their culture, and therefore that culture took down our value and all that. And that is what Ibrahim Traoré is trying to bring on board. Okay. So these old things, our culture, our traditions, and our values were undermined during colonization. So his administration has promoted the use of national language and established the National Council of Communities to foster unity and cultural pride. Number 2, economic independence and development. Okay? Economic independence and development. Under Traoré's leadership, Burkina Faso has launched initiatives aimed at reducing foreign dependency and promoting local development. Okay, these include the establishment of tomato processing plant in Bobo Dioulasso, founded through a national crowdfunding campaign that raised over 7.5 billion. That's a lot of money. 7.5 billion CFA francs. Additionally, the government has provided agricultural equipment to farmers, enhancing productivity, food security. We've seen African leaders and politicians who lie to us, okay? How do they lie to us? They tell us, we're going to bring these to you. We're going to raise the agricultural sector. But it's just speaking. They don't do anything at the end of it all. They speak more than they actually participate. Like, they speak more. They speak more than how they act, and therefore that is their nature, and we know them that way. Okay, and these are the kind of leaders we are trying to cut them off. But Ibrahim Traoré decided he's going to raise the economic independence and development, because Africa has been depending on the West for quite some time, and that is why it has been very difficult for us actually to be able to actually stand by ourselves. Because we have nothing that we can use to stand. Okay, when we want a stick to stand, we borrow from the West. If they deny us a stick to stand, we will fall down. Okay, but that is not because we are not able. It is because we are able. Yes, we are able, but people have made it look like we are not able. People have made it look like we are not able. What does it? How do I mean? You are reminded of your weakness all the times by the white man's supremacy, by the Europeans. They remind you of your weakness. They remind you of how uncivilized you are. They remind you of how low you are and all that. Okay? And that is how we have been living. We live in fear all the times. Anytime you try to come up, you can be eliminated. Okay? So you are capable and your potentials are visible, but it has been made invisible to your eyes. Okay? So Ibrahim Traoré felt it is better for Africa to have an economic independence. Once we have an economic independence and believe in ourselves, like when we have an economic independence, it means we can depend on ourselves. Okay? That means we are able to make decisions by our own selves. We are able to make plans and decide where we want to go by our own selves, not depending on other people. Okay? So, under his leadership, Burkina Faso has launched initiatives aimed to reducing foreign dependency and promoting local development. Of course, people will like you and will love you when you're doing this. He is one amongst millions of leaders who have been to Africa. Okay? The MPs, the senators, the member of parliament, the governors, and all that in every 54 countries of Africa, the MCAs, the members of county assemblies, and all that. He is the only leader who has this mind, and he has come out to portray this mind. Okay? These include the establishment of tomato processing plant in Bobo Dioulasso, founded through a national crowdfunding campaign that raised over 7.5 billion CFA francs. Wow. This is so amazing and outstanding. Number 3, security and national unity. Faced with escalating jihadist insurgencies, Traoré has mobilized the population to defend the nation. The creation of the Volunteers of the Defense of the Fatherland, VDP, and Rapid Intervention Battalions, BIR, has strengthened national defense and restored control over territories previously held by armed groups. The other time I saw Kenyan senator, this senator really frustrated me. So I talk about him all the time. Anytime he comes into my mind, I speak about him. He spoke nonsense, by the way, and therefore he said that Ibrahim Traoré, since he came to power in Burkina Faso, we have had fights. The terrorists have taken 40 territories and all that. You see, those are bullshit, and I don't know what he was talking about. This Kenyan senator, the puppet, okay. And therefore, he said that in Burkina Faso things are not well, but people of Burkina Faso demonstrated when Ibrahim Traoré wanted to step down. If in Burkina Faso right now, there would be problems and terrorists would have taken over, people would have really really complained over Ibrahim Traoré. They wouldn't have wanted him to stay there. But the moment he wanted to step down, what did they do? They demonstrated. Why? Because he has been able to do what many leaders in Burkina Faso have not been able to do. Are you getting that? Wonderful. So he has strategies that people really like and love so much. Okay? Number 4, we have alignment with Russia and anti-Western sentiments. Okay? So he dropped from Western people, from the Europe people, like talk about the France and the United States of America. He said, I don't want you people to come close to me. I don't want you people to come anywhere close to me. Just stay on your way, remain on your way, do your things the way you want to do them. I don't want associations between me and you. And he decided to join hands with Russia, because Russia also is against the West. Okay? So Burkina Faso under Traoré has distanced itself from traditional Western allies, notably France, and has sought partnerships with Russia. This shift resonates with many in African diaspora who view it as a move towards great anatomy and rejection of neo-colonial influences. As we all know, Russia has not colonized a single country in Africa. Okay? And the problems that Africa has gone through, to some point also Russia have gone through the same thing. And therefore, Russia happened to become one of the countries that is powerful. And therefore, even the Western countries, the Western allies of Burkina Faso, sometimes they are not in a good relationship with Russia. Okay? So when Russia decides to associate themselves with Burkina Faso, it is a win-win association. It is not association that one person is benefiting and the other person is not benefiting. So Traoré dropping and cutting ties with the France means that it's a road to greatness. Something great is beginning to happen. Something bigger, something wonderful is beginning to happen. Okay? That is it. And therefore, people liked that move. People said, this is a greatest move, because now when we are beginning to cut ties with these people, it means now we are looking forward to now go and get to greatness. Okay? So people liked what he did there. Okay? Number 5, youthful leadership and revolutionary system. At 35, Traoré is among the youngest African leaders and often compared to Thomas Sankara, the late revolution leader of Burkina Faso. His commitment to anti-imperialism and self-reliance has endeared him to a youth and Pan-Africanist who see him as a beacon of hope. As a beacon of hope for new era of African leadership. Yeah. He is the only outstanding, distinctive, and exceptional leader at this time compared to every other African leaders we are having. These others are sellouts, puppets, foolish leaders who does not know what they are doing. They're just doing things because they're just out of their mind. They are doing nonsensical and making nonsensical decisions. They are just vagabonds, leaders who just are corrupt and thieves. They steal public funds and they don't care about the people. Ibrahim Traoré is far way better from them, and that is why people all over the world support him, and they will demonstrate every time whenever anybody wants to touch him. Yeah. Number 6, transparency and good governance. He is the only transparent president. The rest of that are just thieves, just as I've said. Yeah. Even their European languages is becoming difficult for us to pronounce because they have gotten to our nerves. Okay? So Traoré administration is praised for its transparency and commitment to good governance. Transparency and commitment to good governance. Ibrahim Traoré in his government, you cannot steal money. You can't steal public funds. And when you are found doing that, you are in trouble. This man is very transparent. He allows even citizens, the common mwananchi, to come to his government and tell him, you know what, sir? Here and here you did wrong. You are supposed to change. And he does change. That is the leader of the people. Leaders listen to the people. People don't listen to leaders. Leaders listen to the people. What people want, you are leading a group of people. They have some interest. There are things they want. You listen to what they want. You listen to their sentiments. You do consultation from them. That is now the greatest leader. That's how great leaders work. Leaders are not dictators that you tell people to go right. They must go right. If they don't go right, you shoot them. Yeah, that is what President William Ruto is doing in Kenya. A puppet, a sellout. Yeah. So, Traoré's administration is praised for its transparency and commitment to good governance. The government has emphasized integrity. Integrity. For you to be in that government, you must be an integral kind of a person. Number 2, you must be responsible. You must manage resources responsibly, not anyhow. Not using countries' resources anyhow. And when you're found doing that, you can be arrested. Yeah, that is what the man is doing. The man is doing great things. And the man instills fear even in the ministers. They must be accurate at all times. They must be found at the right places at all times. That's the kind of a leader we want. Not leaders who, when you see other leaders stealing money, you clap at them and say, yo, man, what you're doing is good. So you continue stealing with them. No. Accountability. He wants people who are accountable. If you're placed in a certain position, you must be accountable. In case anything happens, you can be called. You can explain, here I did this, here I did this, here I did this. Accountability is what matters a lot. Okay? So they must be accountable. They must be held accountable. Yes. And when you are held accountable, you must be able to give the accountability of what happened, where, at what time, how did it happen, and why did you do it? Were you told to do? Yes, I was told. Thank you. Were you told to do? No, I was not told to do. Why did you did that? I did it because of 1, 2, 3 things. We look at it. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. You're safe. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. You go to prison. Simple and clear. Not being puppets. Because you are the people who continue making these people intimidate and manipulate us every other time. When you continue stealing and being corrupt. Because when you're corrupt, they see, oh, this is the person we can use. Ibrahim Traoré does not allow that. Fostering trust among the Burkinabe people and garnering support from the broader African community. Yeah. The man trusts the process, and the man believes that every African individual, every black person all over the world, they are brothers and sisters. They are one family. That is why he wants to bring them together. Okay? Fostering trust among the Burkinabe people and garnering support from the broader African community. African community at broad. Okay? So he wants all these people to come together, join hands together, unite and fight for the motherland. Because this is where we are born and this is where we are going to live. We cannot get out of this place. This is our home. This is where we are supposed to be. Okay? That is what he is doing. The man who understands what he is doing. Not like other leaders here who don't care about the people. So, Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership, when I finish, Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership resonates deeply with black communities due to his advocacy for African sovereignty. Okay? Economic independence, security, and governance. His actions and policies reflect a commitment of reclaiming Africa's narrative and destiny, inspiring widespread support across the continent and among the African diaspora. Okay? He is a man of black people. He loves black people all over the world, everywhere. That is why he opened gates for the African diasporas to come back to Burkina Faso and to come back to Africa. He said, Burkina Faso is your home, and if you don't have a place to go, a gate is open. Come back and let us work together. Let us continue enhancing our relationships and our associations. We know it wasn't your plan and it wasn't your will to go to the foreign lands. You've gone through a lot of things, but you have time and you are free to come back to your motherland because this is where you belong and this is where you're coming from. That is the kind of a man that Ibrahim Traoré, Captain, is, the king of Africa. His love to the people is unconditional. Do tell me know what you have to say on the comment section. I'll do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. This is African Streamline, and I am Atamba Head. Thank you so much for being here. For the 10 subscribers, you guys, I salute you all the times and all the moments. For those who have been for the first time to be here, don't forget to subscribe, because when you subscribe to that channel, you are you're likely to get everything that comes by, okay? And explanations like these ones, because this is my work to do. I've committed myself to do this work, and I'm gonna do it for the benefit of every black people and every African all over the world, and African diasporans, Jamaicans. As long as you have a skin color that is black and like me, you are welcomed into African Streamline, because this is your place to be. As I tell you every day, Africa is home, and everything that concerns Africa concerns me and you as black people all over the world. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for tuning in. God bless.